Okay, so we go here. So we'll talk about this performance testing. I hope everyone got slides right yesterday. Did everyone got email?
Yeah, did you send it as recording, Manu?
Yes, I did.
On the same email?
Yes. So I'll send this email to everyone. Okay. So if you didn't get, maybe I don't have your email ID. So
It's Neil Patel's. I got your email regarding the book and the slides.
okay, book, and also you're supposed to get email of just recordings too. See.
No. Recordings I didn't got yours.
So same emails I'm using here. So must be getting just trying spam. Maybe it might went to spam or trying that. Okay, if you don't have it, okay. So again, so people who didn't get, send me an email. Okay, so this is the list of email I'm having. So if you are not getting, this list is there here and you're not getting, that's probably in your spam. Okay, try checking your spam. And if you're, still not getting, so we'll see if you can.
But we got your other two emails regarding the book and the slide.
Okay. So yeah, that's what, try checking the spam, because sometimes it goes into spam. If not, don't worry about it. We'll see. On the,
Yeah, we do not have even in spam, so please resend us, right?
okay. So yeah,
Okay.
sure. Okay. Okay. So yeah, so people who are not getting, send me an email. So I'll add up in the list. Okay. People who are new. So some people are new, right? So okay. Send me an email. Okay. Don't be in the chat, because some people use a hyphen, some people use dot. Okay, the problem is it gets rejected. Okay, so don't want that. So just send me an email so that I'll have the correct email ID. Okay, whatever you are using, the same I will copy and paste. So that will be much better. Here, if I copy, something gets missed. Dot hyphen. That's the reason. Okay. Okay, so let's start here. So we'll go to performance testing. Okay. Okay, so before going to performance testing, right, we want to know something, how this is actually happening, okay? So, you know what, we'll just go pretty quick here to Amazon.com. So, what happens, right, let's say the Amazon, they are hosting their website, right? So this is their website, okay? If they are hosting their website, that means they are having their own server, okay? Even if they don't have their own server, their third-party servers or whatever it is. So, they have their own server, right? So, and whenever you try to navigate, you want to put this URL. So this is called URL, Universal Resource Locator, okay? And okay, so let's say here Amazon bought one server, okay? Let's say they bought one server, and it's for everyone, whole world. So that means anyone in the world who has internet access can use this URL, right? Amazon.com. Okay. So anyone in the world, so it don't have to be US, don't have to be Europe, don't have to be Australia, everywhere who has internet, unless it's blocked by the government agency, you can access the URL. Okay. So now let's say Amazon bought this server, and the server capacity. Okay, so I'll be little louder. Okay, some people not able to hear, some people can hear. Okay, so yeah, I know that there's some problems.
No, Manu, it's not clear. It's like same yesterday. Everyone is not able to hear, I guess.
Okay, so let me do this. Okay, give me a second.
There is a mic problem or something like that, I guess. Yeah, now it's clear.
It crashes or hanged up.
Yeah, the voice is not clear what you are saying. So it's better first to make the voice perfect, right? It's cutting off.
A little better.
Little better, but afterwards when he starts speaking, it's loses consistency, I guess.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
So, are you Manu speaking on the headphones or something like that? If you be like the Sanjay who was taking our class before, his voice was very clear. So, if you know him, just contact him. What tools, what he uses to contact us, right? So it would be more better.
What is it? Is it low balancer? Yeah. That means it will take the, as much as usual it will take, and if it exceeds, it is going to shift it to the another server. Uh, Mitra, what did you say? It checked the bottleneck of the system. What is it? The word The term I didn't get.
Can you repeat that again, sir? Can you repeat that again, sir?
Could you repeat that? That's not understood. Hello? What's bottleneck? But that's not the clear, right? Okay.
Okay, so at what point of time will it phase? That's the meaning of that sentence actually. Okay.
Okay, yeah, got it.
Okay, so it's not like bottleneck, it's kind of not a bottle or it's neck to it. It's kind of, it's a whole term to, see when that application fails to perform.
The maximum capacity,
Right.
you can say, right?
Yeah. So that's what it means by, So, okay, so that's the load testing. So let's go to here. So let's go to stress testing. So stress testing is now here, you're going beyond the load, okay? So you're going beyond the load. That means what now, so many people were trying to use only this URL, right? Now, not this URL, you know what, they're clicking here, okay? They're clicking on these buttons, okay? They're clicking on these images. Okay, so what happens, right? Whenever, see how this backend works, this front end and back end is really very related to each other, okay? The front end and back end is very related to each other. So now how does this work? So, whenever you're clicking this something, right? Let's see this, let's click on this. So what happens is at the back end, when you're clicking something, the SQL query is generated and executes to that particular server. I might be using some Oracle database or something, or Teradata database, doesn't matter. But the SQL is generated for you, and that SQL is executed at a particular database. And once it's executed, that image or particular URL, what is there, it loads up and shows up here. That's how it is related to backend and frontend. Okay. So whatever images you're seeing here, whatever is there, it's actually there in the database. Okay. Whatever you're trying to see, images or any information here or whatever the information, it's actually there in the database. But you can only retrieve it when you click something. Okay, when you're clicking something, it generates a SQL query, and nobody is actually there and writing SQL query. It's automatically generated by the system. Okay, it's automatically generated by the system, and it executes that SQL query in that database and performs that and gets all the information what is there and shows up right in this page. Okay, so that's how this backend and front end is related to each other. Okay, there's no different. If you are seeing front end, that means it has backend. That means all the database connected to each other, all the ETL work, and all those things are actually being done.
Mano?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Could you explain clearly what is backend and what is front end?
So front end is something which you see in the web browser, right? So this is front end. Back end is
Okay.
something which is you're writing SQL at the database. So that's called back end.
Okay. The coding and all things stuff, right?
It's not
Scripting and all.
necessarily just coding. Backend is kind of using SQL. Okay, let's take it as SQL. You're writing some SQL query, right? Select start from EMP or select. That's called backend work.
Okay.
Right?
And front end is what we see, right? Actually on the website, right?
Right. So whatever you're seeing in the web browser, for example, this Amazon, this is front end. You're not able
Okay.
to see any SQL here. No, nothing like that. Okay? So that's called.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for, yeah.
So that's how it's related to each other. Okay. So, but coming back to our stress testing, what happens, right? So here is the thing. It's, here it's beyond this load testing. That means you click these buttons, perform heavy loads, like clicking these buttons. 1,000 of people, 2,000 people are clicking this, different web pages, and this page is getting navigated, and the server is, running faster than before. Okay, and a lot of complex database SQL you are trying to put. You means you are just clicking something. When you're clicking something, SQL is automatically generated. That's what it means. Okay, and continuous input to the system, and all this is done. So that's how stress testing is done. Okay,
Yes.
so that's called stress testing. So stress testing is to go beyond the specification to check how and when it fails. Okay.
Beyond means its maximum capacity, right?
Right. That means not only just using that URL. So far, we are just talking about using that URL, right? 2,000 people are using that URL at the same point of time. Okay. But here, not just URL. We are just clicking so many buttons, and 2,000 people are clicking the same, not same buttons, maybe different buttons, but same website, and using complex database queries, and a lot of things are happening. That's called stress.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So
Thank you. Yeah.
let's go to next topic pretty quick. Okay. So usability testing. Okay. So here, now what you do in this usability testing is like user friendliness check. Okay. What you do is user friendliness check. What is done is application flow is tested. Okay. How the application should move. That's. So that means, can a new user able to understand the application easily? Okay, let's take an example here. Okay, so we will just talk about this example. That would be good. Okay, now let's go to our Sun.com and homepage. Okay, so now I want to test this usability testing here, right? What I'm trying to do is usability testing. Okay, now I'm a customer. No, I'm a new customer of Amazon. Okay, I'm a new customer of Amazon, and I want to buy something. Okay, I want to buy something, but now I want to sign in. Let's say I already have this account here. I want to sign in. So when I want to sign in, the sign in button or sign in option should be right in front of this web page. Okay, great. This is here. It's good. I can sign in. Okay. Now, if the same sign in option or sign in button is put here, somewhere here, I don't know, footer of the page. I don't know. How would I know? I'm a new customer. Let's say I'm a new customer, or I want to sign in, or I want to register here, new customer, but I'm not able to find where is signing. That is usability testing. Okay, you are actually trying to test the friendliness. Okay, user friendly, how this application is user friendly. Okay, if that option is not in front of you, then you will not consider it. I don't want. When there's no sign-in option, I cannot register. I'll go from eBay. No, I don't want. Okay, so that's how business do this. You have to be user friendly.
Okay, so you mean to say like those signing, you can sign as a guest user, right? No need to sign and that all thing, right?
That was just an example. That was just an example. Yes, you can do that. Okay, even with the guest, you can do that. That's. I mean, I just took an example. It's not necessarily the signing button, but anything. Okay. Let's say cart. Okay, cart. If the cart option is shown, let's say you're shopping online, right? And the cart you bought 10 items, but you're not able to see how many items you got updated. If the cart option is here, I have to see here all the page, go here and see the cart option, right? Not really user friendly. Okay, so it's just an example how you see the.
Yeah, so it should be easily applicable for the users, you mean to say, right? That.
So that's what it says. Can a new user understand the application easily?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what is called usability testing. Okay, so oops, this time let's move quickly. So then you have this install and uninstall testing. Okay, here what you do is, again, this is a client application. That means you have to install in your system. Let's take an example, Outlook. Outlook means you have to install in your system. Okay, now once you install and uninstall, okay, that particular application, that's called an install engine. To test that, it's called uninstall and install testing. Okay, So how do you perform all this? You have to look into the requirements. Without requirements, you're not able to do what? What are the documents that you have to look, and what are the files that get updated, registry files get updated, okay, new DLL files shows up, and all those things, right? So how do you do all these things? You have to look into the requirements. Without looking requirements, you cannot really perform this. Okay?
This install uninstall testing is not considered as functional testing, right?
Okay, that's a very good question. So it's not. It's it can be a part of functional testing, but not really a web application, not related to web application. But it can be considered in a when you're trying to do this client
Okay.
application.
Okay.
May be considered, but really, yes, as such, if you are specifically talking about the functional testing, yes, it's really not related to that.
And usability can be considered as a functional, right?
Yes, usability can be considered.
Thank you.
So, okay, so let's go to the next.
Basically, what's functional testing? That's it tests the functions of the application, right?
Right, functionalities and features of the application.
Features. Then why this uninstall is not considered as a functional testing?
So it also has features and functionalities. Okay, so this is, it's not like it's a part of functional, it's a kind of a different, because here you are using different option, right? You are installing an application. Okay, so it may be a part of functional testing as such, but if we are specific to some other testing, then we are not really considering on function. You're trying to see what's other than functional. That means you're trying to see installation process. Okay.
Okay.
Installing process, not really functionality, right?
Okay.
Okay. So it's kind of correlated to each other, but you're not really worrying functionality at this point of time. So that's what the difference is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move to the next one. Okay, so recovery testing. So in the recovery testing, right? So you want to see how the system recovers from the crashes or hardware failures. Okay, it's called recovery testing. So to test that, see, this is automatic. Actually, recovery testing is how you actually, if there's a crash or some hardware failure, how it recovers from it. Okay, so you want to see this recovery testing.
What is it's mentioned in the notes, catastrophic problems. What does that mean?
See, the major catastrophic is I would consider as production issues. Okay.
Okay.
Catastrophic. Why? Because you don't want to lose data in production systems. So if you are losing data in the production system, that is a catastrophic, because people are not able to log in, people are not able to get information, the website is gone, blown up. Nothing is shown in the website. That is catastrophic. Business loss, right? A lot of business will be
Yeah.
Okay, that's why it is considered as catastrophic.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, that's an example. Okay, just an example. Don't take that one. There are other things too, but
yeah,
production issues are normally the catastrophic.
Yeah. Testing how well the system.
Okay. Okay, so let's go to the next one. This is security testing. Okay. Now here is want to see how the system can be penetrated by hacking way. Okay, testing how well system protects against unauthorized internal or external access. Okay, so let's take an example here. So if I want to go here, let's say google.com. Okay, now let's say I want to buy something or I want to navigate something. If you see here HTTPS, okay, before it was HTTP. Okay, that means Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Okay, and now this is S here. So that S means not just putting S, that means there is a lot more things than just HTTPS. Okay, so Hypertext Transfer Protocol secure. The S comes to secure. Okay, now if you're using something, let's say you're using HTTP, that means whatever you're trying to browsing here, whatever you're trying to do, somebody is trying to steal that information. Okay, you want to let's say you want to buy something. Okay, you want to buy something online. If it is not HTTPS, then it's easy for the hacker. It's not even easy. They'll just put the port there and just get whatever information you're trying to do. All the information they get. So I mean, it's just Nothing, they get all the information from you by doing nothing. Okay, so that's what it's not good for HTTPS. Now HTTPS, what this HTTPS does is they have this algorithm installed in the system. That means it encrypts whole data, whatever you're trying to do. Let's say you're trying to shop online. You give this your SSN number, your credit card number. Okay, a lot of information you're doing, right? A lot of information you're trying to do online. And then your address, most important. Okay. So if there is no HTTPS, you never reveal all those things. Okay, that means it's encrypting your own information, and it can only be decrypted at particular server. If you're doing in a Google, that it can be decrypted only at Google server, not anywhere else. Because even if the hacker gets that information, it's no use, because they're not able to identify that information, how to decrypt that information. Because the way these algorithms are, okay, they don't have any knowledge on this algorithm, and they cannot do that one. Okay, so that's how, that's an example to use for security testing, testing how well the system protects against unauthorized and internal external access. Okay, so we will just be quick here. Okay, so let's go to the next one, compatibility testing. Okay, so here what you're trying to do here is you want to see how the application is compatible, right? Is it compatible with particular hardware, particular software, different system? Like, is it Mac? Is it Linux? So it's compatible. Is it compatible with all the systems? Okay, so you want to test that compatibility. So normally for web application, you want to see the compatibility of different browsers. Okay, for web application, for client application, of course, you will be doing this on all the operating systems. But for the browsers, you want to see more importantly to these, is Google Chrome browser is working, Firefox, is it also working on Firefox? Is it also working on Microsoft Edge? Is it also working on Safari? Is it working on all the browsers? Okay, that's what you want to see in the compatibility test for web application. But for client, you want to see all this hardware, software, operating system, etc. Okay, let's go to next, comparison testing. Okay, here you test normally the strength and weakness of the different versions. Okay, you want to compare with the different versions of the application, same application, different versions. You're trying to compare it, which version is good, which is faster, which is slower, or which has better features. Now all this you want to do here in comparison testing. Okay, let's go to the next, alpha testing. Okay, here this is normally done by the programmers at the end of the coding. Let's say they have completed their development. So what they do is they do the alpha testing, so that the application is working or not. They'll see. So they will not see this functional part. Functional part is, of course, is always for QA. No one does that. Other than QA, no one does that. Okay, so they'll not do that one. Alpha testing is more related to that code. Okay, how the code is good. Is it, is it working properly? Okay, is there any issues with the code? So they will be looking into the code. Okay.
So this is done by developer?
Yes, it is done by the developer, but technically it's actually based on project. Anyone who is related to the project, let's say business analyst or tester, developer, scrum master, whoever related to the project can also do the alpha testing.
Okay.
Means if it is related to the coding, how come the tester can do that?
Okay, that's a very good question. So if it's related to coding, of course, only developer has to do. But other than coding, then again you have to, tester comes in, right? If it's front end or if it's a web application, so there you have to do. Yes, you're actually right. It's more related to developer point of view. You cannot tester. Testers normally don't come into alpha testing. Normally, okay. So in general.
Could you give an example of alpha testing? What's it?
Example of alpha testing, see, here's the thing. So it's a developer job again, okay? If they are looking into the code, so they'll be looking into this code. So what they will be looking, it's up to developers, right? This is an example. Okay?
Yeah.
So what is the difference between the unit testing and the alpha testing? In which level we'll do what?
So unit testing is specific to that particular, so let's say one developer is responsible to this particular class or this object. Okay, if you're talking in the Java, so there's objects and classes, right? If that particular developer is related to that particular object, they will be only doing that. So that's unit. That means only single object, a single class they will be working on. But in alpha, it's kind of everyone. Okay, it's all developers. Okay, this is not just one or two developers, right? There's so many other developers. Okay, the web developer, Java developer, Ajax developer, JavaScript developer. So many people are there just to create one simple application. There are a lot of people involved. So all this developer might be doing this. Does it make sense? It can be one guy in unit. It may be one guy or two guy. But in alpha, it's the people who is responsible to release this into test environment will be doing this.
It means it is before production, going to the production, we can say?
No. Production, this doesn't be, see, alpha testing is before going to testing environment actually. Okay. It's done in development environment normally.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
the code, once the code it's before coming to testers, it has to be done. Okay, that's how it works.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's go to next pretty quick. Then we have this beta testing. Okay, so now what happens, right? Let's say everything is done, right? I mean, alpha testing is done, and let's say your testers have completed their old testing, and regression testing is done, and all those things are done. And no company is right? I mean, they don't, okay, we don't trust any employees in our company, and we know how they work. So what they do is, and not only that, once it gets into production, and there are still other issues that shows up. Okay, that's irrelevant to any other environments and different. So what is company does? It releases to the whole world. Okay, they release the code, not code, this application to the whole world, and they say to people, they might sometimes just pick people like one or two people, or people who is responsible, that they can do it, and they say, why don't you test this application and report any issues to us? That's called beta testing. So normally the beta testing is done by the consumers or the end people who will be using that application, but they will not be using the complete application. This will be a demo application. Okay, most of the time it will be a demo. That means it's not complete application. So once they finish this beta testing, they will release this original application. Okay.
So who are the end users?
Okay. That's a very good question. Who are the end users? So normally the end users are people like you and me. Okay, let's say if you like Google, let's say Google, this website. So end users will be we are using this, right? So this is a production system. We are using it. So now what Google gives the whole let's say try this product and see if you find any issue and report this issue. Okay. As a matter of fact, they also have this option to report here. Oops. Let's see. Maybe I'm not able to find. So they will be having this out. Here you go. You see this? So here you send us feedback and see if you find some issue here, and just take a highlight which is actually the issue is, and done, and send the feedback. Okay. So this is kind of, this is not exactly beta testing, but this is how it works. Similar.
So, but is it not already commercialized, because we end user are using it, so it's already in commercial, right?
Yes. So that's what, right? I just gave an example here. Okay. So
Means which environment they are going to do the beta testing? Is it still under the testing environment, or it is going to be deployed outside?
it will be in production environment. Okay. So, but it will be a different version. Okay, different. I mean, it's not just they'll not. So let's say even if they have to release the Google.com, they will be giving some other thing. Okay, So the company, right, they will be having different server for everything. So they might have server for beta testing, and they might release that one saying that, hey, you know what, why don't you test it? Once you report this, they'll fix it with the production, and that will be good. Okay. Or either way, they can also do in the production. So it depends how they want to work on it. But normally, they normally don't do in production because it's really not recommended. But it's up to the company how they want to use it. So, that makes sense.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
So, okay. So, oops, we are running out of time. So, this is pretty much about various steps of testing. Okay. So, any questions in the whole testing?
So this is testing which you discussed from yesterday, right?
Right.
It's step-by-step testing. It's sequence testing.
No, it's not in sequence. It's from pretty much random. Okay, sequence is not really sequence. Sequence comes like it depends. Okay, sequence is actually depends on the project. But normally, if you want to take sequence, it starts from smoke testing. No, your tester starts from smoke testing, sanity testing, then functional. Okay, sanity doesn't come in picture because it's a different version. We don't have version yet. So functional testing.
So could you, like, you might be knowing the sequence of all testing types. Could you just one time repeat the all testing type sequence? Like you said, first of all, smoke testing. Then afterwards, what testing they do?
After smoke, you can take as functional.
Okay.
Okay, and then you can take as integration.
Integration testing. Okay. And what do they do in integration testing basically?
So you want to see once the modules of a different application are integrated with that, you want to see that after integration, the code is not broken. That means you're able to see both the web pages appropriately.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Then after integration, what we do?
So you can take it as incremental integration testing. Okay, if they have any, they will be doing. But most of the time, you'll be doing only functional testing. Okay.
Yeah. So first is smoke, then comes functional testing, then comes integration, and then
Incremental integration.
Incremental integration testing. Okay.
Then if you are working with client application, that comes system, otherwise system testing doesn't come. Okay. And,
Okay.
and then you can take it as end-to-end test. No, not end-to-end test.
Regression, right?
Yeah,
Regression.
regression. Then you can take it as
Regression testing. Regression is repeated testing, right, of the app, right?
no, I won't say as repeated testing, I would say as automation testing.
Automation testing. Yeah.
Okay.
Regression comes before the system testing or after the system testing?
See, system testing is completely different. System testing is more related to client applications.
Okay.
So if you are only working on client application, then it comes before, of course, before regression testing. Otherwise,
Okay.
it's not. You don't have to worry about regression if you are working on web application.
Yeah. Manu, there is one request. Could you just post one slide, like making the sequence of all testing?
That one comes in the levels of testing, right? What are the steps?
See, here's the thing. See, at the work, there is nothing like hard and fast rule of the sequence. If you want to take it out, that's fine. You know, you can take it for yourself. But really, there's no hard and fast rule for that.
Oh, so it's not necessary that regression should come first, then afterwards it should come. It's random, right?
Yeah, it's pretty much random.
It's based on requirements, right?
Yeah. So it's not like hard and fast rule that you have to follow something specific. There is nothing like that. It's you know, but if you want to take it for yourself, you can take it for yourself. Nothing wrong. But it's for yourself. Keep it to yourself. But in work, it's completely different. Okay. It might be, you know, something first, something last. It can be jumbled. You know, it can be anything based on whatever the requirements is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
For every application, we need to do all these types of testing, or it's based on the requirement?
It's again based on the project, what kind of project you're working on, you will be doing all this. So most of the time you will be not having all this at once. If you, let's say you're working 3 to 4 projects, then you might be using, you know, in one project you're using some, other projects some, so it's like that. So
Okay. It's based on our necessity.
Right.
that what type of testing we're doing.
Yes. And if you want to find out, you have to find out with your lead saying that, are we trying to do all this testing or only specific kind of testing? You have to find out with your lead and check with him. So, okay.
Okay.
So somebody asked, right, what kind of testing we do in real place? So yeah, that's what, most of the time we'll be working on functional testing. Okay.
But we can't do the integration testing before the functional, right? End to end we can't do in the beginning. It has to go at the last, right?
Yes.
Few rules are there.
Right. So here what happens, let's say somebody gave you some piece of work which is already done. Let's say somebody has already done functional testing. Now that guy didn't, that guy left the job. And now since our functional testing was done, now you got hired. Now I just told you to do integration testing, not functional testing.
Okay. In case of, when we start up projects, we have to have some sequence, right, for the startup projects. If we are jumping in between, we need to start where the other people left or where they stopped or doing something.
Right. So, yes, that's right. Okay. So it's actually, again, it's really, there's nothing like sequence because see, here's the thing. In my projects in 5 to 7 years, I never came across smoke testing. Okay, only once, that was one project, and they said like smoke testing should be done. Okay, good, no smoke testing, but most of the time it was functional testing. Okay.
It also depends on the time limit we have. Means, do we have the time to get the smoke also done, or we directly jump into? If we have the very compacted timelines, then we can directly go for that, right? It totally depends on time limit and the members.
Exactly. Okay, so I'm going to take some time. Is it okay to maybe 10 to 15 minutes? Because question and answer. So
okay.
Okay, great. So, any more questions? Any more questions on this?
Hello, Manu.
Yeah.
I missed the class yesterday. I just wanted to know what are the things we are going to cover in QA training. Are we covering automation as well?
Okay. So here, so I discussed about this. Yesterday I discussed about this various syllabus. Okay. The syllabus. If you'll be getting the syllabus. If you didn't get, what, send me an email. So I'll forward you syllabus. You can see which topic you are covering.
Could you please give me your email ID?
Okay. My email ID is manu@itamerica.com.
Okay, thank you. Basically, I'm focused on automation. So, are we going to cover these as well?
No, we are not going to be more into automation. We are more into manual. Automation is only one class, and that is just an introduction. That's it.
Only that. Because I was told that we will be focusing on automation, but all the things we are covering are the just basic things in QA. So I was more concerned about this.
So let me check, how can we work on that one? Let me check. Okay. So
will I have to talk to IT America?
Yeah.
Because I have taken class for QA because they were not doing the marketing without classes. So I just joined the class. But I guess between 2 weeks, I don't think automation is going to be covered. So I just wanted to know what is the process. Are we?
So yeah, better to check with your respective, HR manager. So if you're in Edison branch or you're in Edison branch, you can check with.
Yeah, I guess here most of the colleges are non-IT. So. I'll have to check with that, right?
You are in NJ? You are in Edison?
Sorry.
No, I'm not in New Jersey, okay?
I have joined from Chicago.
Okay. Actually, in New Jersey, the classes are happening on the Fridays, weekends for the automation. So I don't know about that.
Oh, you are
Not
taking
on Fridays, it's on Saturdays.
Saturdays. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Saturdays. And it is in class. The instructor will be there. So it's not like this.
I was looking for online classes. So I was referred for this class. But I don't think I'm
You
not.
better be check with the
Yeah.
ITI America itself, I guess.
I guess I'm not going to get what I wanted to achieve through this class, so I was just concerned.
Okay. You better check with them, I guess. You
Yeah.
know, they know better. All right.
Yeah. Because if we are not going to cover automation, there is no meaning to join this class. I was just
So you have already got the manual experience?
yeah.
Okay. Mhm.
So all of us are not IT professionals or what?
No, few of them just they are just jumping into software right now.
Okay. SQL is fine, but this is just
Yeah. If you worked, yeah, it's kind of thing. Yeah. You can check.
no. If we are going to cover automation, it's fine, but if not, it's not likely to join the class.
You better check with them, I guess. We are all like you
So
only.
let's continue with this. Yeah, you can check with them. You can, call right now. Maybe you can check that. Okay. So let's continue with this. Okay. This will be more into manual. And okay. So this is the web application. Okay. This is the web application. And I'm going to ask questions. I'm going to give homework. So make sure you guys do the homework. Okay. I'm very particular about homework. Okay. Now, just pay attention, what I'm saying and how you have to, find the issues. Now, first and most for you, you got this application, right? This web application.
What is this, Manu?
So this is web application. Okay.
Web application. Okay.
Right. So here's the thing. You don't know in the company when you go, you don't know what, nobody knows what is this. Okay. You have to figure it out by yourself. Okay. But here, okay, no, we'll go through this. Okay, we'll go through this, how we can figure it out, or what is this. Okay, we'll see here. Okay, so this is a web application, and you know what, you went to the first day in your work, and your boss told, okay, hey, why don't you read all these documents. Okay, they gave you a lot of documents, and they make you lot of people, developers, a lot of testers, and see who is working and what. So first day was the introduction. Second day, your lead shows, why don't you test this? So you don't know exactly which is the URL, what's going to test, it's a lot of questions, right? You don't know. So what you have to do is maybe you can check with your colleague, see what's there and what's going on. Okay, if you're lucky, you'll get a KT. Okay, KT is knowledge transfer. They will give some information. How is this and what the project is all about, and what is your role exactly in the project. All those things. If you're lucky, you'll get this. If you're not, then okay, not sure. Okay, so let's say this is the website, and you figure it out. You went to the SharePoint. You found, okay, this is the good. And now you're not going to ask your lead what I need to test here. Okay, it's not an appropriate question. Right? They hired you because you test it, but again, you're not going to ask, okay, what I need to test here. So we all know that you are testing the functionality of an application. Might be anything. We have discussed so many testing, right? It may be integration, incremental. Okay, that's fine. A lot of things, but that's really not appropriate question at that point of time. Okay, it's not good. So what you can ask is, are we trying to do all these testings? Are we going to do every testing, and are there really any other teams we will be doing for other testing? That's the appropriate question you can ask. Okay. So that's make sure this is important, how you ask questions. Okay, so once you're done, let's see here. Now let me go through this application. Let's see how does it. So okay, now I find out. Okay, I click that enter button. Okay, so this is the enter button. Okay, enter GM Online button. Great. Now, okay, I figured out this is a retail company. Okay, how do I know? Because there's a lot of options here and I can buy stuff here. Normally it would be a retail company. Okay, they are selling some goods. Okay, so many companies, right? Medical, healthcare, insurance, retail, all these Walmarts, all those comes in retail. Okay, now this is something which you need to buy, right? Okay, now let's try to find some bug here. Okay, I'm trying to order here. And I'm clicking on place an order. Everyone will buy something online, right? Some people buy some online, similarly do that. buy something online and just click order. Okay. Now this is the thing. Okay, that's great. And I'll be clicking on this, proceed with order. Okay, great. And I'll fill up this information, bill order. So that means whom she should bill to. Okay, and we do this. Okay, so I'll just put this American Express credit card number, expiry is 18. And now I'm going to ship the same address and just click on this and click on bill order. Okay, great. So now that 3% dome tent will will be billed to this address and shipped to, since my billing and shipping are same. So you know it is. So this is not really, they're not going to ship anything here. There's nothing. This is for you for an understanding how this works. Okay. So and this is what we have done. Can anyone tell me, did you able to find any bugs here? Anyone? So far we have ordered something, right? So in this whole process, did anyone were able to find any bugs?
This is the order confirmation.
Okay. I was expecting the answer was, did you know? That's good. Okay. You found something. That's great. Okay. Anyone else?
Security.
Very good. That's very good. There's no HTTPS. That's great. Okay. That's good. You know, I was actually expecting a no answer. Nobody found because, you know, there's really no bug there. Okay. But that's good. You know, two people good. You know, so that's how you have to develop. Okay. That's how you want to see when something is, you know, going into it, something is how, you know, what bugs were you able to find. Okay. That's good. Now, we really didn't do anything. Okay. We didn't we didn't do anything. So mostly our answer is no. But some people really did well, you know, they said this HTTPS is not good, so that's good. Okay, now let me do this. Now let me find first bug here, okay? Now, what I'm trying to do here is, I'm ordering large quantity here, okay? Okay, so I want to test it, right? I want to test this application. So I want to see each and every application is good or not, okay? So now what I'm trying to do is I'm ordering this in large quantity. See what happens next. Okay, place an order and I see this. Okay, now can anyone tell me what's the defect here? There's a defect here, okay? There's not just one, there are plenty. So please, can anyone tell me what's the defect, exactly what I'm looking for?
Shipping and handling.
Okay, that's good. You know, that's a very good answer, shipping and handling. Because when you're trying to order, so let me give an explanation for that, okay? When you're trying to order these many quantities, let's say even if they ship it to USPS, now USPS is not going to charge you $5, right?
For certain amount, they should give free shipping, right?
Exactly. So you know what happens when you're trying to order in large quantities, most probably companies.
Your voice is breaking. We are not able to hear.
Okay, so I muted everyone who is, you know, who wants to talk, they can unmute and, you know, they can talk. Okay, so now is it good? Now is it good?
Like we were not able to hear before 3 or 5 minutes what you spoke.
Okay. Okay, so what I asked question here is, what's the defect here? Okay, so somebody told like shipping and handling. Okay, so let me give some explanation here, right? So when you're trying to order this, yeah, most probably the company will be having this option that, you know, when you're ordering these large quantities, they will give free shipping. Okay, so there is no reason for having. So when you're trying to order this many, okay, obviously they will be giving no free shipping here. Okay, so there's no reason to add this $5. And if they're not, then this makes no sense, because if you're shipping these many order quantities, and even if they ship it by USPS, this USPS doesn't charge $5. Okay. So that's the thing why the shipping handling is actually different. Okay. Anyone else? Anyone else to find another defect here?
Why will they give sales tax for this?
That's a very good thing. Sales tax. Delaware doesn't have sales tax. Okay. So if you're buying this in Delaware, there is no point of spending this money, because Delaware doesn't have any sales tax on there. Okay. So there is no reason of having this sales tax when you are actually shipping in. Okay. But if you are shipping in Delaware, then there is no sales tax. So okay. So this should be, this should not be there if you are in Delaware. That's the thing. That's good. 2 issues. That's good. Anyone else find anything?
The delivery status?
Okay. So now we are going here. Now we are going beyond testing here. Okay. So that's a good question. So now in this kind of things, right? This is more of a feature, not a bug. Okay. That means they don't have this option of status. Okay. Now what you want is, there is no option like that. You can recommend to BA, your business analyst. Hey, you can talk to them. Hey, what? There's no delivery status. What? Can we add that functionality too? Because this is a simple website. They don't have this.
They have the delivery status, right? To be shipped.
To be shipped, but they doesn't need it right now. After giving the delivery address, they can give it, right? And one more thing, the back button is not there. The above statement shows once you click on the back button, you can change the selection, but we doesn't see any back button over here.
Right. So what happened, right? If you read this information, you have selected this following. Use browser's back button for your selection. Now what happened was, that's a really good thing, because what happened in one of my projects, there was some back button there. Okay, there was an option back button, and I found a bug in that button. So I opened this bug, and it was not fixed for 6 months. Trust me, in Barclays, they didn't fix it for 6 months. Now what they did the same thing. We are not using any back buttons. Use your browser back button. That means use this. They are going to use this. Okay. So that's what it means.
Right. Yeah.
Back button for your selections. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So they want to remove as much of functionality as possible, because they don't want this liability of getting bugs, right? There's a lot of bugs. The moment you add so many features, so many functionalities, a lot of bugs show up because the thing becomes complex. Okay, so that's the reason they want to remove as much as possible and put, try to do the user what is really available. So they say, why don't you use this browser back? Okay, that's what it happened. Okay, great. So that was good. Yeah, anyone else? That's good. Anyone else were able to find anything?
And it must show quantity, right? We are selecting the huge number of products, so whether it's available or not, sometimes happen, right?
That's a very good catch. Appreciate that. But you got it before I am telling, so that's good. Okay, so we'll go to that. Okay, that's a good catch. We'll go to that. Okay, give me a moment. Okay.
Yeah.
So that was just an example, just to show you. Okay, so how we want to do this testing is first thing. First thing is you want to come up with scenarios. Okay, this various testing scenarios. That means positive scenario, negative scenario, and boundary values. Okay, so far we did for positive scenario. Okay, so now we'll just hold on to that. Okay, you said that's too much big number. That's really you want to consider as negative. Just hold on with that. So we'll talk about this later. But as such, I would consider this a positive scenario because order quantity is always should be numbers, right? 1, 2, 3. This doesn't go in integers or something, right? It should be always in numbers. That's what I would consider as positive scenario. And negative scenario. Okay, let's take an example here. Negative scenario. So let's see here. Okay. So negative scenario is something other than this number. So far we use this numbers, right? We use different, let's say alphabets. Let's try using alphabet to see what happens. Okay. Okay, so here what I try to do is put the alphabet A. Now that's really not a valid number. It's a negative because nothing is order quantity cannot be in alphabets. Okay, now okay, great. This is showing an error. That's good. Please enter only digits in the field. That's good. Now, if you see here, I clicked on that button, but it's saying as quantity A and 3% dominant and to be shipped. But this doesn't make any sense because it's allowing you to go to the next page, even if that there's no number. It's a A. It's not a number. And how much price? 0, but shipping you're getting $5. So this is a bug. So we also found a bug in native testing. Okay. So that is one more bug. So now there's 2 bugs. Okay, there's shipping and handling. This negative, that was passive testing. So we are doing passive testing, and this is using negative value, that is A alphabets. Okay. Now somebody told this is really a huge number. Nobody orders that, but if it's corporate, they have to order this. But let's see here. Let's see why it's a bug. Now I want to click on this. Okay, 3% dominant. Let's click on this. Okay, in stock it's saying is 23, right? That means you don't get more than 23 because they don't have stock here. It's only 23. But what you're trying to order is, that's 100.
10,000.
Okay, it's 100. And you're going to this, and it's going to So this is a bug. See what happens, right? Let's take an example here. So what happens? Let's say the customer unknowingly, let's say didn't look at this paying stock, didn't see the stock, and he just put his 100 value and proceeded, and everything went, and he got this item. But at the end of the day, he's getting 23 items only because there is no stock there. Okay. Now what happens? Customer gets furious here. Why? Well, I ordered 100 and I'm getting 23. What's going on? Now they send email. The company doesn't respond, call to them, doesn't get response, it's not good. Okay, those people don't respond. This case get a lot of lawsuits there, so that's a problem. It's a loss for the company, right? The company is losing a lot of money in this. So that's the reason it can be a bug. Does it make sense?
Will you check the card details with expired details? Will it allows us to go?
But you want to
expired card.
Expiry card. So I will leave it to that for you. So how you want to see? You want to just show me bug in your homework. Okay, I'll give you homework. So make sure
3 digits on the back of the card is missing.
Okay, that's good. That's great. Okay. Okay, so I will leave that for your homework. So I want okay. So far you guys did very well. That's good. Okay. But I'm okay. So I'm looking really unique issues from everyone. Please don't come. See, here's the thing. What I tell them, my from previous batches, right? From so many batches, I keep telling them, don't come up with issues which I already told in the class. So I told this example, right? So some people will come, okay, you show for this time, here and see this is a bug. No, all this is a bug. Okay, so all this is a bug. So I'll not be considering anything this as a bug. I told you an example. Any character other than number is actually a bug in any of these fields. So all this should be, is actually one bug, not different. Okay. So please don't come up with homework saying that, no, I found this issue. No, this is what I told in the class. So I want something new, okay? Something which you can recall. So you found it that no one else were able to find. So that's what I'm looking for, okay? And that is not told in the class. That makes sense to everyone?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So please, make sure, okay. So don't, also one more thing. Just don't come up with this this image. This should be in right side, should be left side, should be right side. We don't have a requirement for this as such. So I'm not expecting such kind of issues. Okay, so don't come up with such kind of things. Only thing which you can come up is what you see here. It is common sense. Normally it's common sense, right? Just like this is example common sense. And somebody told it's too much large quantity, and it showed them how is large quantity. Okay, it's kind of common sense. So most of the time, you have to come up with common sense that this is not working. This is something issue. So there are a lot more bugs here. It might be low priority, very low priority. Okay, sometimes very low priority, but it's still a bug. As a QA, I want to survive, right? I want to survive with my job. So what is my job? I'm a tester. So that means I will show them at every point that this application is broken, so that my job is good. I don't care if developers what they're doing. I don't care. This is the issue. This is what I find, because I'm hired to show that I found a bug. So I always take an issue. Okay, but very low priority. So it's very least. Sometimes people found some spelling mistake, right? Somebody found some spelling mistake or the repeat sentence. That's good. That's also bug, but very least priority. Developer might not even consider to start with, but you don't close the bug, so it's developer job to fix it. So I don't care how much how much low priority it is, how much least, but I want to see some bugs. Okay, it's a whole. You can see, navigate whole this web page, everything. Okay, see what you can find. What is the critical issues? They also have this critical issues too in this web page, and you also minor issues. Okay, so I have to. That is your homework. So I'll send you an email actually. That send me through documents. So I'll send you an email and instructions. Okay, so you can go through that.
Okay, when do we need to send these bugs or anything? So tomorrow, before tomorrow class starts, we need to submit that?
Right, 8 a.m. EST. So
all right,
10 a.m. EST. So we have plenty of 10
okay.
10 a.m. EST, not 8.
So how we have to submit means?
Yeah, you have to submit one bug, at least one bug, unique defect. Okay, unique in sense, don't copy from anyone else. That means
we can mail it to you, right?
Yeah,
that's we need to write in written. This is a bug. That's it, right?
Yeah, that's fine. That should be good.
And Manu, could you please send us the recorded session yesterday's and today's? We didn't got it. That's why.
Sure. So what's your okay? So send me an email. So let's see. It must most probably there, or let's see if I can do something. Okay. Or different email ID if you have Gmail, or if you have anything else.
No, we got your book and that email, slides email.
Okay, then it's supposed to be there, but okay, let me check. If not able to get, send me a different 2 emails. Okay, see if that helps.
No, I have just one email. That's why.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So let's take that offline and see if if you can send me an email so that we can talk about this. Okay. So someone asked what is the assignment. So I'll send an email. People who didn't get the email by 4 p.m. can email me at manu@itmicro.com. I'll send that email. And somebody also requested to close this by 10 p.m. because I have one more class. I understand that. Okay. But too many questions, right? So that's the problem. I'm not able to close. But yes, it will be this like 2-3 days, and next we can take offline. Okay, most of things we can take offline, and we can schedule meeting and we can talk on that. Okay. Okay, any more questions?
No, that's it. That's fine.
Okay, good. So yeah, please, if you are not getting email, send me an email with a different email ID or 2 email IDs, whichever you're looking for. Okay, and see if something is getting the spam or something. So okay. So can we close this class for today?
Yeah.
We just need to send you. Hello.
Yeah.
We just need to send you the bugs in that project, and we need to mail you. That's it, right?
Just need to mail, and I'll send an instructions actually. If you're on the email list, I'll send you an instruction and just.
Yeah, I got the mail yesterday from you.
So you'll be getting this mail too. So once you get an email, you can work on that. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks.
Bye.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.